Welcome everybody. Day 4 of rolling with Nancy and Lisa. And today we're going to concentrate on our hands, forearms, and elbows. So those of you that work with your hands, massage therapists, bakers, carpenters, you use your hands a lot, you need to keep them pliable, flexible, keep the fluid in the joints of the wrists and the elbows. Typists, yes, typing, texting, all that kind of thing. Your muscles get stiff, they get locked short or long. If you're typing, your forearm muscle might get locked short here and you need to bring a little length into it. So that's what we're going to address today. So for a pre-check, we're going to check our rotation of our thumbs. So put our hands out forward like this, palms down, and rotate your hands like this and see how far over you can get your thumbs. Do they go all the way over straight? Are you stuck somewhere in between? And then believe it or not, rolling your elbows, your forearms, and hands can also help with your shoulder rotation. So we're going to check the rotation of our shoulder, standing in good posture, our palms forward, and then see how far you can bring your hands up without sticking out your pelvis or arching your upper back. How far up can you get your hands? Nancy's pretty flexible. She's looking good. But if you did it with your hands like this, could you still do the same height? Oh, guess she can.
It's so warm in here.
Anyways, initially we're going to start rolling our elbows. Now, it's a little tricky to roll your elbows. So this takes a little patience and practice. Basically, back is going to be to the wall. And you're going to dock the ball in between the ball right here above your elbow.
Sides to the wall, not back.
Nope, back is to the wall. Yep, you're actually
There's no room for me here.
taking your back to the wall as best as you can. I'm going to do it on this side. I don't know if you can see me here. But the idea is to lean your body weight into the ball, and the other arm, this arm can come around behind and hold your forearm, or it can just be hanging up the side. And you're going to make little passes back and forth across the bottom of the bicep, tricep area right above the elbow. Nice, slow passes back and forth.
Is this supposed to make your ears ring?
Yeah, it could. It could. It's all connected, right? And then take the ball below your elbow, and I have difficulty doing this here with the chair rail, but below, lean your body into it and strip back and forth across your upper forearm muscle. And then you want to try and circle your elbow with the ball. And again, a little difficult to do, but I find the easiest way to do is to start below your elbow, bend your knees, and try and circle, make circle motions by bending into your knees to get the ball all the way around your elbow in one direction, all the way around in the other direction. And again, it does take some practice, so the ball will fall, I'm sure, but just go nice and slow, around and round, in one direction and then the other direction. All right, now taking it to the other side and docking that ball between right above your elbow and the wall, making short little passes, cross-fibering across the lower bicep and tricep, and then bringing the ball below the elbow to the top of the forearm muscle, and again, back and forth. Stay with your breath, nice slow motions. The ball falls out, no problem. Run, pick it up, bring it back to the wall, and then bending into your knees and going around your elbow in one direction and then the other.
Did we mention that sighing and moaning is good? Extra points for making
Extra
ridiculous
points.
noises?
Absolutely. If you find somewhere that feels particularly stuck, you can just place the ball there and sink your body weight into it, and then slowly move your arm a little back and forth, or rotate your hand and try and break up the knot or adhesion you feel in that location. All right. Next, we're going to go to the forearm. You're going to need a block or a book.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And you're going to place the block on your hip and then hold it next to your body with the inside of your forearm. And the ball is going to be placed right on the meaty part of your forearm. And then you're going to strip up and down the forearm muscle. You can lean into it a little bit with your body or lean away if it's too much pressure. Nancy's going for the gold stars of sighing today. Back and forth.
If you lift, if you do kettlebells, this will make your life better.
Can stop the ball in any spot that needs a little extra love, and you can bring your hand back, keep your fingers straight, bring your hand back and forward, or rotate back and forth, and then move the ball a little bit, and do that again. And then you simply take it to the other side. Short from the back. So block is at the hip. Inside of the forearm is locked onto the block. Ball goes in between the forearm and wall, stripping back and forth. You could also strip up and down in this muscle by bending into your knees and letting the ball go up and down, cross-fibering those forearm muscles. You can stop anywhere that feels stuck and move your hand forward and back, or little circles. All right, and when you feel evened out, you can put your props down, and let's do a little recheck. First with the shoulder rotation, so standing in perfect posture, palms forward, and raise your hands up without pushing out your pelvis or arching your back. Can you get a little more? Oh, definitely, you can get a little further back there, Nancy, I can see from the last time. And then checking rotation of your wrists by putting your hands forward and bringing your thumbs out to the side. Maybe you can get even further than parallel, who knows? There you go. All right, and now we're going to start rolling the hands. So you can do this seated at standing at a table or a counter, or you can do it right on the floor like Nancy's doing here. You might want to be sitting on a block or on your knees, because the idea is you're going to use the pressure of your upper body to increase the pressure of the ball in your hand. And using one single OG ball, we're just going to start off by placing the ball in our palm and circling around. You can take the other hand on top like Nancy just did for two reasons. One is just to keep the ball in place and maybe to add a little extra pressure. Rolling in one direction, rolling in the other direction, maybe stopping right mid-palm and compressing down a little bit, and releasing. Adjust the ball a little bit, maybe towards your thumb, and pressing down and releasing, leaning your upper body weight onto your hand for added pressure. And then take the ball and dock it right in the middle of your palm and start to spin your arm. So you're pinning the ball and you're spinning your hand on top of the ball, pinching and twisting the skin of the palm, trying to increase the hydration in that soft tissue. We have lots of sensory nerve endings in the hand, and a little soft tissue work really goes a long way, relieves them a little, and it actually increases your ability to feel. And then you can dock the ball right underneath in the big pad of your thumb muscle, and just start to raise and lower, pin and stretch that thumb up and down a few times. Maybe wiggle it a little bit. And then start to roll from the base of your palm all the way up the thumb to the end, and then do each finger. So rolling back and forth from the palm to the tip of each finger, all the way to the pinky. And then once you are done with the pinky, you can roll the blade of your hand. So turn your hand sideways. And then flip your hand over and give a little light roll to the back of the hand, all around, and then up and down each finger and thumb. And you're going to dock the ball in between the webbing of your thumb and forefinger and just press down lightly. And then try and squeeze your two fingers together like you're going to pick up the ball and release. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. And then you're going to do some little finger splits. So you're going to take the ball in between all of the fingers and try and get it down as far as you can. Just a little in between each finger. Trying to get down to the webbing. Nice. All right, and then why don't you switch balls, Nancy, just so you wear out your balls evenly, or break them in evenly.
Wow,
Yeah.
my hands just got double in size.
Again, rolling around all over the palm of your hand, stopping in the center and pushing down and releasing. Maybe shifting a little further to one side or the other. The other hand can be on top to add some extra pressure or keep the ball from popping out. And pinning the ball in the middle of your palm, adding some pressure with the other hand and pinning and spinning the skin in the palm of your hand. And bring the ball to the bottom of your thumb, that big fat muscle that rests at the bottom of your thumb, and push down into it. And then start to move your thumb up and down a little bit, pinning and stretching the thumb. So push down onto the pad and just move the thumb. There you go. Nice. And then you can start to roll from the palm up and down, from the thumb to each finger. And when you get to the pinky side, rolling the blade of your hand from the wrist to the end of the pinky. And then flipping your hand over and gently rolling the back side of your hand. Around and up and down each finger. Then we will move to the webbing in between the thumb and forefinger. Place the ball there and try and squeeze the ball and release. So you're squeezing with your thumb and your forefinger and releasing. You can use your other hand on your wrist if that helps. Add a little more pressure. And then taking the ball in between each finger, trying to reach down to the webbing. Which on me, I can't do this. You do that really well. I just can't do it.
Finger splits. I love
Finger
it.
splits.
These I can do.
And just to finish up, take your second ball, take one in each hand and just roll around again in the palms, just evening everything out. So you can do this at your desk. Take a little break from your computer or from texting or whatever. Or I do this sometimes when I'm reading the paper in the morning. You know, work this ball work into your daily life. You don't necessarily have to carve out an hour or half an hour or 15 minutes or whatever. Sometimes you can do it just taking a little break at your desk and rolling your hands or your forearms or putting the balls behind your lower back when you're sitting in a chair for your morning coffee.
Just be careful, not that spot in the middle of your wrist.
That's right. There's a
On the
lot of
soft
bundle
spot.
of nerves in that area, and you especially don't want to roll it when it's extended like that. But If you,
The back of the
the
wrist.
back is okay, yeah, just not this area right here. That's
Cool.
it. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.